Well, hello. We're off to Carnival to enjoy ourselves with some sailing friends. Join our sail from St Lucia to Martinique, where all the carnival action is. Sample the delights of a Sandals restaurant ashore and follow along as we make some upgrades to our deck layout. Oh, and we get warned off by the harbour police. Logistics are a bit complex. We're in St Lucia, anchored at Rodney Bay, stocking up. We then need to sail south to the Pitons and collect our friends from the airport before sailing back north to Rodney Bay to check out, and then sail across to Martinique to check in and head to Carnival.
So that's the big five master off again. I don't know how long he's been here, a couple of days maybe. This is different. It's got thatch roof as well. That's all the flags. Brendan and Janine have just given him a hat with his dreadlocks. Oh my god.
Well man. Last night, being at anchor was not the best option. The tail end of a tropical wave brought 1.5 to 2 metre swells into the bay side on to the wind. We were thrown around like rag dolls.
This is what we had all night, a nasty side-on swell, and hopefully you can make out how much we are moving. Swell. It's going to make. Let's see what the size of it is. You can see how much we're moving there. Just left Rodney Bay for a day to go and catch Susan and Morris. The dark clouds, so it keeps raining. So hence we're wet in here again. All the cushions have been put down below. Keep dry.
Mary headed by fast speedboat and taxi to the airport to form the welcome party.
They were coming. It only take them an hour to get through. Here they come. Oh my god, sailing into the sunset. Hey! So that's us coming into La Marine. And hopefully we're going up there somewhere. There's masses of boats anchored here.
So we're in the super dock area, but we're kind of a bit short by a few metres. Very nice marina, lots of stuff in here. Some big boats, cats, fleets for charter boats. Amel have a base here as well. There's more Amels here than you get to shake a stick at. I think it's because there's an agent here. After checking in and a short sail up to Baie de la Fort-de-France, we anchored off Lazaret. Introduced Morris and Susan to our boat buddies and prepared for Carnival. So we're waiting for the ferry. Everybody's in red and it's Devil's Night tonight. We're unable to get red, so we've got pink and red and a mixture. Some black, some red. Carnival can trace its roots back to the Romans and ancient Egyptians. Carnival in the Caribbean is a celebration of the freedom from slavery and remembering the past. As we approach the areas where the main bands performed, the noise level zoomed up. The bass beat starts to resonate in your chest and the excitement of everybody is palpable. I've never experienced anything quite like it. interesting.
The black makeup is molasses, not oil, a sugary, sticky byproduct of sugar refining. It tastes like a kind of burnt caramel sauce.
Fais des autres par énergie, Charles, la campagne. Si haut. Love shot. Madame, 14 août, statut, si tu veux. Faites un maximum de bruit pour l'homme qu'on appelle.
Is the ferry taking us home? Oh, Damiani. Then I go to sled. I had a drink about an hour ago. And a bit of paddle boarding. He's got a bit damp though.
3 times.
So we're in a lovely little bay here. Mostly people swimming and snorkeling and boats coming in for visitors and things. It's quite nice in here. We've swung round our anchor. Don't know what the wind's doing at the moment. But we've been snorkeling over this far side. Morris is doing some paddleboard training. And the girls are all laughing at him because he keeps falling in.
5 masters over there, look.
Okay. I think he's exhausted now, is the poor lad. He'll need some lunch shortly. Hard work getting on the board. Right. We are currently back in Rodney Bay, having a couple of days here doing jobs, and we've been invited to go for a special day out with our friends Susan and Morris. They've invited us to go to the Sandals resort for a luxury day, a day of luxury and pampering. Everything's free and it's on them, so that's great. Mary's done a bit of work yesterday, and she's done the washing, got the washing sorted this morning. Good day today.
Nice day.
Bit of shade.
Yeah, it's hot.
So the boat, for the moment we've got the paddleboard is chained on. As you can see, security is a bit of an issue. Most of these Caribbean islands, you've just got to be sensible about it. We have these brackets on the side of the boat, puts the paddleboard on. Boat's in good shape. We've got a few jobs to do, and plan is to see if we can get the dinghy in the water and maybe wash the hull down a bit. Just check the water line, clear all the weed off. But yeah, things are okay on the good ship Akitas. We did actually fit our Arc 2023 badge on the outside. Mary's done the all the stainless work with a new compound which she'll tell you about, and it's yeah, it's holding its sparkle. Was a bit tarnished after the crossing, and we've had a lot of salt and spray on it over here without it getting washed off with the rain. So where are we?
Our favourite cafe in Rodney Bay.
Having, well, I had an omelette and Mary had a coffee and I had a hot, cold chocolate.
benchy that I've got them.
This is a nice little cafe. I've been in here a few times and the food's very good. There's a little shop at the back as well. In Rodney Bay Marina, what do you think of Rodney Bay Marina, Mary?
It's lovely actually. It's very welcoming. It's got a lovely atmosphere. Lots of little restaurants along here, all which are very good food. The tea tonight is Mahi catch of the day.
Cruise ships and well, this is a super yacht area. Seems to be the bigger boats over here. Got bigger docking areas and heavier duty fittings.
Oh, local residents, crab. Quite colourful, aren't they? Blues and greens. I can see purple, pink and orange. Very pretty. What a nicely built local wooden sailing boat. She's called Good Expectation and she's a sail training or experienced boat run by Just Sailing. She's a cutter sloop, Bermudan rigged. A sloop is a single masted vessel, so she might look something like this, with a single mast and a mainsail and then a genoa or jib like that, and then she may also have a bowsprit and another sail out here which might be cut something like that, and then that would be a cutter rig, so that's two headsails. So this is still a sloop. If she has two masts, so two masts, she would be called a ketch. So she might look like this, with one large mast, a smaller mast at the stern, with a mizzen sail, and then a mainsail, and then a genoa or a jib, something like that. And if she had a bowsprit again, she might have another sail like that. She would be cutter rigged. So it's a ketch with two masts and a mizzen, and then if she has two headsails she's called a cutter. So that's ketch, that's a sloop. A lovely sailing boat. Wooden gunnels, well maintained, a traditional main cabin, solid wood built, carvel built, and the tiller sticks through that rudder stock there, and a nice safe cockpit. Stainless steel rigging, so not a traditional galvanised wire,
And a roller reefer there. And if you look up the rigging, she'll just have a gaff will go up, I think, and give her a full mainsail, but she doesn't have a topsail. So what's a Bermudan rig? Well, a Bermudan rig is basically a sloop. So she has foresail, main mast, mainsail, vessel like this, and she may have a bowsprit. If you look down on a Bermudan rig boat, all her sails basically run in line with the wind. So this would be a genoa and this would be a mainsail. So all the sails are running what's called fore and aft. If she was a bigger boat called a square rigger, she might have multiple masts, and her sails basically are set on spars across the boat like this. So these are basically square rigged sails. When she's sailing closer to the wind, these sails are turned in this sort of direction. She can't point as close to the wind as a Bermudan rigged boat. Even the shape, she's got a nice curved bow, but quite a straight side to her. The tumble home there doesn't come out, it's more flat. And the lines along the deck, if we go down here, she's very flat. So not raised in the bow at all, like some of the power boats we see here to go over the swell, but they're beautifully built. It's called Just Sail, typical Caribbean name for boat. It's interesting how they name their boats over here. This is probably the first time we've been able to show how our dinghy davits work. These lines here are 6-part bow and stern. These are for hoisting the rib vertically. And we also have a stabilising system that's actually for hoisting the outboard on and off the boat. And then we have another 6-part system, port and starboard, that raises and lowers the davit arch.
So the position that the rib's in currently is probably the location we would lower it to launch the rib. It just slides off the transom and into the water. We also have some lines that run diagonally across the stern. They stop the rib moving backwards and forwards across the stern, especially if we're being rolled in a sideways swell. It's working really well and we're pleased with it. It means we can get the rib up and out of the water at night for security, and it's pretty easy to launch. Our only disappointment with the rib and outboard combination is not being able to plane, that's skimming over the water rather than ploughing through it. That's called displacement mode, with 2 people on. The motor is a 9.9 horsepower 4-stroke, so it should be able to get us on the plane 2 up. So we're thinking of either upgrading to a 15 horse or trying some fins on the outboard drive leg. I've also fitted a single white navigation light for use at night. It gets dark here around 6:30, so we often return to the yacht in darkness. The arch, panels and frame are really useful, generating power, operating the rib, and also for shading both the rib and the aft deck in the strong sunlight. Technical job to do today. Going to fit some fins on here. These are French made and just bolt to the existing outboard kind of fins. Should give us extra lift aft to help lift the boat out of the water and onto the plane. Just got to drill a couple of holes in here, and I've got some spare paint to repair the holes. I think it's worth a try just to initially to save buying a 15 horsepower £3,000 outboard. Love the carty buggy for the outboard. Be great on the hill at Donald's place. Yeah, it looks ideal. I guess you can get quite big outboards in there as well. Wheels are a bit uneven. Well, we're making up a switch box today. Little switch inside the box, and we'll probably have a fuse in there and some connectors. And it's got to be waterproof because it's going to be outside and under the solar panels. So what we're trying to do is put a LED under here so that it shines down in the area when we're coming aboard in the dinghy. So we don't actually have any light there apart from torches. And if the torches go out, we're in trouble then. So at the moment I've got it temporarily fixed up. I've got a couple of connectors here, join it into the wire which goes down around the frame and then into the frame here. It goes in through the deck and it's attached currently to the fan system. So I can get power from there, but I need something to be able to switch it off if I've got the fans on. I don't want the fans on all the time down below. So that's my plan, is to make a little switch box. It'll go up here or here, then it'll just be clamped on. I don't think I'll drill the stainless, and that'll be the box that we'll use to switch the lights on and off. The new improved version of the Great Pyramid of Egypt. Mirrored a previous one which we had, but the fabric kind of gave out in the sunshine, just too much sun. So we used umbrella, and we got a sailmaker to make these up. We used all the fittings we had. On the bow here, just having a look at the gear. The anchor has performed really well. The Mantis were really pleased with it. We drop it on the seabed, gave it a tug, pretty much sets straight away if it's in sand or material like that. If it's in coral or gravelly stuff, it does set, but usually the material's not as solid to grab on. So we try and find a sandy patch wherever we can. The switch units I put in the deck, not great. The caps on them keep breaking. You can see this one's broken, this one's broken off. I've fixed it once already, so I think it might have to be replace the switch with a more robust one. In our anchor locker here we have some new gear. More colourfully, we have a new anchor marker and pennant, because during the big swelly night at Rodney Bay, the old one escaped. So we've made up a new one, got new single sheave block, some bright coloured line and a piece of lead at the end of it to keep the line over the anchor as the tide come and waves pass through. Mary's going to stick some reflective or fluorescent tape on it so it can be seen at night. We've written on it Anchor Akitas, so hopefully people don't think it's a mooring. And the other thing that I've been working on today is the snubber. So a snubber normally was just a piece of rope with a hook. I've now added this old mooring rubbery thing to give it a little bit more of a shock load resistance. Sometimes we get a bit of a creaky noise from it. If you're up in the bow, it's a bit disconcerting, but it's not breaking or anything, it's just taking the strain. So I thought the rubbery thing might help. So I tried it on in the deck area between the cleat and the bow roller, but it rubs on things in here. So I've now got it down, it's going to be down in the water, and just the rope will come over the top. It should still have the same effect. We have also replaced the furling line on the drum. It probably needs more wraps on it than currently, so I'll add a few more turns. I've put a new line on it because the old line has been damaged with the casing or the covering of the rope being worn away. I think it's because it normally is jammed in a jammer, when the Genoa sail's reefed, all the tugging on the line caused by the sail flapping, and the jaws of the jammer have been chewing through the rope cover. I think what we'll do in future is cleat it after the turning block. Well, contrary to popular belief, we do actually get rain in the Caribbean, and we've actually put the boat the wrong way around for the prevailing wind, so we're getting a bit of rain in the cockpit. But they don't seem to last very long, the showers here. They're a few minutes and then it's over with. We've been packing a bag. We have been on the boat for a year now, living on the boat. And what are we going to do today, Mary?
We're going to see Maurice and Susan at Sandals.
So we're going for a bit of luxury and pampering for a day. So Mary's all dolled up in her new shorts, new t-shirt. I've got a bag with stuff on that I don't normally wear, like long trousers, and a shirt for the evening wear, and even some shoes in there just in case the restaurant is a bit posh. So we're looking forward to this because we have been on the boat for a long time now. It'd be nice to just be pampered for a day. So we're going from linen napkins to full breakfasts. This is coolie. A lap of luxury.
Oh, we're slumming it again with champagne or fizz or whatever.
And Bailey's.
And Bailey's, and I've got a margarita to go with my champers and
I couldn't even get a virgin margarita. Because it's already mixed up with the alcohol.
Alright, and then this is our view from the sun lounges. Terrible view. Absolutely awful.
So we're struggling at the bar. It's tough out here, but we're managing. Hey, the Scots are here in numbers. We don't swim much in the kilt. So here we are, only a couple of hours later, eating once again in some fancy restaurant. Yes, after a hard morning's racing offshore.
And the canoe.
Another nice outside restaurant. What a tough life we're leading. So we just came a few miles down the coast to the place we were yesterday on shore. So this is La Toc
and the hotel, which is owned by Sandals. Nice little bay. I don't think it's often used for anchoring because it's quite open, so you've got to have the right wind direction and swell, so I think it gets quite swelly in here. But we seem to be okay today. We'll hopefully be fine where we are. Busy making water today. Forgot to get filled up in the marina, but you have to pay for it there anyway, so it's 6 2/3. So we're getting 60 litres an hour into the tank. Monitor it on this, you have to press and hold that button and then pump this one on the right here. I can't do it with just holding the camera this way. This is our view this afternoon. We're in the bay called La Toque, where the Sandals resort is. So we're offshore. All the punters are in the hotel down there, and we said we'd come in here and wave to Susan and Morris. I think they've gone off golfing, haven't they, at the moment? Yeah. We'll see them in an hour or so, I think. Yeah, we had a little sail here yesterday in the Bobby Cats, and yeah, it's a bit rolly, so we might have to turn ourselves around with a little bit of an extra line on. See how we sit. Now, I get told that I sleep too much on the boat, but here's an example of Mary having a bit of a snooze. So I'll be able to use that in future when I get accused.
Don't tell me to send you all the tapes I've got of you.
Well, I'll wait till you're fast asleep and then snoring.
Yeah.
This is where we're actually here, outside the harbour area, but we got asked to move. Disused cables further offshore, but we're well inshore, so I don't know why they asked us to move, but just a bit of officialdom, I think. Anyway, we moved. No point aggravating anybody. Well, she's a beautiful boat. She has 3 masts, so that makes her a bark or a schooner. But because her mainsails are trapezoidal on a spar that crosses the mast, it's called a lug sail. And that makes her possibly a bark or a xebec or a caravel. They were often sailed in the Mediterranean by the French or by the Arabs. You know what she actually would be classed as? Please leave a comment, I'd love to know.
A busy video with lots going on. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, please click the like button. It was great having friends aboard to sail and to show the islands off to.
Carnival was magic, our first experience, and one we will definitely repeat. This time we'll take some earplugs with us.
We have more islands to visit before going south for hurricane season.
So join us next time for Dominica, Guadeloupe and Antigua, and we make a challenging hill walk up a hill on Ile des Sons. So until next time, fair winds, following seas.
Bye.
Bye.